everyone. This is RELAINE Rose S, a Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship third-year student of Lady Normal University San Isidro campus. At this moment, I will be doing my video presentation under my franchising subject. This video has two components. First is my brief discussion about the contract agreement. The next is my blindfold recitation about the 11 steps before opening a franchise business. So, what are you waiting for? Let's proceed.
What is contract agreement?
Contract agreement is the promises between two parties making a mutual obligation by law. And for franchise agreement, it is a binding legal documents between the franchisor and the franchisee. It includes all the necessary information such as the recitals, payments, and obligation. One of the most important part of making a franchise agreement is the executive summary. It indicates one or both parties' legitimacy, particularly the franchisor. Most of the time, it includes all the basic information about the company, like the company's name, products and services, the company's address, mission and vision, and the company's goals and objectives. You have to embody the terms of raw materials and the other products which will be included in the franchise, such as the payment terms and the training of the personnel. And lastly, you have to list down how each parties will be benefits in the franchise. Next is my blindfold recitation about the 11 steps before opening a franchise business. The first step before opening a franchise business is the self-evaluation. You have to assess and ask yourself, why do you want to start a franchise business? Do you think it is a good idea? Are you prepared to put in the necessary effort and give up your weekends? Do you agree with the franchise business plan and are you willing to follow it? Do you agree to give the franchisor a share of your profit? Do you realize that your franchise is considered a subsidiary of other company? How much money are you willing to put into the setup? And will you be able to obtain a loan in the future if necessary? Answering all of these questions before making a decision is vital because starting a franchise business requires a devotion. Step number 2. Choose a franchise consultant. There are bounty of information regarding franchising available online. Consulting with and working with a franchise consultant is really a good idea. A legitimate franchise consultant has industry-specific knowledge and expertise, which can help you. As a result, choose a consultant who is compatible with your personality, skills, and business objectives. A franchise consultant will improve things to speed up the process and make decisions smoother for you. And beside that, before hiring franchise consultant, analyze the following questions. What are your competitive strengths and weaknesses as an entrepreneur? What kind of workplace environment do you would like to be part of? What are your business goals and how can a franchise consultant help you to achieve them? The next essential step is to conduct initial research to gain more knowledge about franchising in terms of ideas. That might include the main point on how it works, what else to expect, as well as how to choose from those choices which are already available. After you identify your research to a few strong contenders, ask the franchise appliance for those companies. When the franchise determines you to be a perfect candidate for their system, they will send you a copy of their franchise disclosure documents or the FDD. The FDD will provide the more in-depth look in their business agreement. Also, determine the following essential areas to help you understand market conditions. What type of business are appropriate for your area? It is truly in line of your objectives. What is the total cost of those franchise? And what are the chosen franchise internal policies and regulations? Step number 4. Attend a discovery day. It is a comprehensive meeting between a franchisor and one or more potential franchisees. It could happen at the regional location, but it's more likely to happen at the company's office. This is your chance to learn more about the franchise business culture, values, strategies, and the people with whom you will be working. Similarly, as a potential business partner, the franchisor will have the opportunity to get to know you better and assist you Third, the proper equipped for the discovery day. The next step is to find a suitable location for your franchise to be established. Based exclusively in the business analysis, the franchisor will typically provide specific guidelines and suggestions to help you in finding an ideal location. When it comes to a commercial real estate site, most franchisor has a strict criteria that includes the maximum square footage and the number of required parking lots, and some franchisor, on the other hand, have specific territory requirements. Step number 7. Select a franchise and secure financing. After you have completed all the necessary steps, it is the time to make an important decision regarding a franchise ownership process. What type of franchise would you want? Usually, there are two types of franchise. Those that sells products or services on behalf of the franchise, and those that operate in the business format. When you've decided on the type of franchise, it is the time to think about financing option. You have the following financing different option. The SBA or the Small Business Administration loans are available from banks, or the HELOC, Home Equity Line of Credit. Remember, a franchisor should have enough private cash to cover franchise expenses till the franchise started to make a profit, which might take between 6 months to a year. Step number 8. Sign a franchise agreement. Like what I said previously, a franchise agreement is a legal contract that you and your franchisor must follow. Before you sign an agreement, you must have it reviewed by a solicitor. Also, make certain that you understand all of the contract's terms, including all your rights and obligations. Some franchisors are strict, while others are flexible when it comes to negotiating the terms of the franchise agreement. Since franchises are based on the main components, they may resistance to change. However, if they overly open to change, you must double-check everything to avoid future problems. Step number 9. Obtain the obligatory license and insurance. Depending on your industry, you may need to acquire additional permits and insurance before you open the franchise. Through the franchisor, it is likely to be aware to the license, permit, and insurance required to run the business, and consulting it with the local government official will be a wise decision. Step number 10. Hiring workforce and attend training. You have to ask yourself first, how many employees will you be acquired to run your franchise? The number of employees required to run the business is determined by the type of franchise chosen. One of the most important aspects of franchising is training, which is essential for those working and looking to start a franchise. And lastly, opening your franchise business. But before you start, you must notify potential customer of their new marketplace option. Franchisee will frequently have well-defined mechanism in place for the staging of advertisement, signage, and other incentives. Forecast for those incentives will typically be included of the FDD approximate startup cost. And that would be all. Once again, this is RELAINE Rose S. PESAñA. Mabuhay everyone! Thank you!